What's up, everybody? We are the Dagon Dogs, and this is Darkest Dungeon. I'm Ariel. How's everybody doing? Let's get back into it. I'm not wearing headphones this time because I don't feel like it. It's not like I need to hear anything in order to play this game. I just won't know when to shut up when my uncle, my dead uncle, is talking. Anyways. Gibbous moon is such lunar phases that many residents report shrieks and howls of the most profoundly unnerving quality. Idle abominations gain 1 resolve level. Well then, that means that this guy will stay here. Because that's cool. I like it. I like the new addition of these weird little announcements or whatever. Our roster is full. This person is missing. Who do we got here? Okay, we got some low-level people that we can bring up. Is there anybody that we're missing out on the stagecoach? Could use another one of these guys down the line, but yeah. Most important thing is to get the hero barracks up to the max level, so then we can just have as many heroes as we want. It's kind of number 1 priority in that regard. Number 2 priority is improving the weapons of a lot of our guys. Let's see here. We got some people who are at level 2. It's too bad that this one is missing because she has a better weapon. Whatever. We'll figure it out. It's been a few weeks since I played this, despite the steady release of these videos on YouTube. Ooh. What do we got here? What's this? Berserk Mask for lepers. Very rare. Plus 5% crit, plus 3 speed, 10% virtue chance. Ooh, healing received, 33%. It's definitely a glass cannon sort of thing, increasing his this guy's overall damage. Well, whatever. We're not going to go after that because that's the boss. I don't want to deal with the boss right now. Did we get the man-at-arms eye patch? I mean, they're always slow, so it's not like it's really too important. Move resistance, It's pretty much how you choose these things. It's just based on the rewards. See if these are worthwhile, and then otherwise it's like, okay, do I want more portraits? Do I want more deeds, crests, busts? Right now we could use more busts. Not that it matters, really. What's this? Grave Robber only. 30% stun skill chance. No negative, which makes it instantly better than most other items on here. The Cove we had no luck with. I think everybody was like super resistant to stun there. But poison would have been a better option. How's our team doing? Everybody's already been chosen for this? Everyone's doing okay? I'm trying to remember where we left off in terms of what I want to do next. We got the Plague Doctor. Plenty of plague to go around. Maybe we should take another stab at the Cove with these guys. What do you say? Let's do it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Do we have any items worthwhile for any of our characters here? Stun resistance, that would probably be good for this. Antiquarian we don't have. Light skill chance, of course. What do we got, Doc? Do you have one? It doesn't look like it. Let's increase our blight skill chance, and then for stun, let's see here. Stun resistance. What's the downside of it? -2 dodge. This guy's dodge ability is pretty high, but we don't want to... She has no dodge ability. Well, then we'll just make sure that you have all the stun resistance, because you can't get lower than 0, apparently. So let's do that. Okay. Move on to provisions. Anti-venom because we got the doc, the good doctor. Bring plenty of that. And plenty of that. And bring 1 shovel at least, maybe 2. And do we want bandages? I don't recall bleed being a thing. It was mostly stun. Let's just go with this. Let's just see how it goes. I really probably should try to play more of this game on a steady basis, on maybe like as a side sort of thing. I have like a game where I record it for the YouTube channel, and then I have a game that I just do to practice. So then I know what I'm doing. Oh no.
Curious is the trap maker's
It's a
art.
debuff, and it
His
caused
efficacy
more
unwitnessed by his own
nightmarish
eyes.
things to occur, but nothing too terrible. Increase the light level, please. Nasty gash. Causes bleed. But I can't heal you until we're in a battle, so maybe we'll get into a battle real quick. We can stop it from happening. There we go. Ooh, they're all surprised too. Fantastic. Well, I could do that, but I actually want to take advantage of the whole plague thing and get these guys quick. Cause that as quick as possible. This will move him forward. No. This one moves him forward. Okay. Oh, well, let's just cause as many damaging effects to that one as possible. You know what? Let's just open him up. That guy's as good as dead as soon as his turn comes around. And let's do some judgment on this girl. Yeah, good and gone. Get rid of those people who would bring up our stress levels. Yeah.
Unforeseen,
So nice.
unforgiving.
Stress wave, no. Go away. Let's heal our buddy here. Get rid of that bleed effect. And that guy still has a move to go through. I can't hit him with anything, so let's just... He's dead the next round, so we'll just do that. Is it enough? Yes, it is. All right.
Gently. This is how a life is taken.
What do we got here? He's as good as dead the next round, so I want to try to heal someone who's in the worst shape right now. It's hard to say. Maybe we just do the party heal, and that'll fix what I need. Because most everybody's in pretty good shape.
Never hidden.
Cool, cool, cool. Good and done.
This
We got
expedition
some
at least
goodies out of it that are
promises
useful.
success.
Let's go ahead and move back to our position here and have him open up the chest. Of course it's trapped. And he's bleeding again. Well, whatever. Okay. Just an exploration mission, so it shouldn't be too terrible. Got a map. Scout ahead. Okay. Shovel's gonna come in handy. That's good. Alright. We got some torchlight. Okay. So I got plague abilities for everything, which is great. It's absolutely fantastic. Does this do any more, any less? So damage mod, 80% crit mod plus 2. Damage mod. Okay, so I probably want to use this one instead on... Let's do this, do the Drowned Thrall. Just... Because I think that guy can cause a fair amount of physical damage. This is bad, obviously. We want to try to avoid our stress levels going to the roof, but we want to try to get rid of this guy as quickly as possible here. Cause some bleed effects on these guys if we can. Okay. Gargling crab. Blech. Man, that's bad if he does that much stress too. Jeez. Okay. Let's heal our buddy here. He's in a bit of rough shape at the moment, but let's do play grenade on this guy. Calling the deep. Buffed him, but it will be to no avail. Just stack that bleed, huh? Oh, he resisted. Well, son of a bitch. Doesn't matter. You are dead. We're all dead. Thanks for the money, buddy. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World and DBZ Fighters lately. Since we got food, we might as well use that. So I've been too distracted by those things to really spend as much time playing the games I've been playing on my PC for, like, or for the PS4 for that matter, like Bloodborne and, this game and something else. What was it? Oh yeah, Dream Daddy. Haven't had time to do Dream Daddy, but that's a mixed bag because of the availability of Megan. I don't want to play that game without her present. She's the true fan of that game, so it would be somewhat unfair and remiss of me to do so without her. Or this guy as quickly as possible. Bleed! Bleed, bleed, bleed. Got one of them bleeding. Let's make him bleed some more. Cool. That's one less guy we have to worry about. And let's heal you. Just in case. Got a fair amount of food. We're probably going to survive. Without having to worry about starvation.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
I need to get back to Bloodborne. It's the Dark Souls, Bloodborne type games. Not exactly the best games to go long stretches without playing, just because then, you know, then you're dealing with getting out of practice and the timing and stuff. It's kind of like being out of practice with the fighting game. Speaking of which, I have not played much Injustice 2 lately. That was kind of the game that I was playing a lot. Okay. I was playing that game quite a bit when it first came out. Max HP. It's 1 point of health. It's not going to serve us that much. And I have somewhat of an interest in going back to Injustice.
And purpose is made clear.
There we go. Don't know how I screwed that up so badly. Now that the Ninja Turtles have been added to Injustice, I'm kind of curious to play it again, but then, I don't know, I'm just more interested in other games these days. I got Bloodborne, I got Dragon Ball Fighters, like that's kind of my big fighting game at the moment. I was initially not super stoked with how that game played, but I've definitely warmed up to it a lot more since then. So, let's get you plagued up as quickly as possible here. Get you bleeding as quickly as possible if we can. Cool, thank you. And let's do the same to you guys. I like this team synergy. This is actually not a bad team. I don't know if they had like a special name for this, but I actually kind of like the way this team works. So we got two guys who cause bleed. We got our healer. We got kind of a status effect healer. And, you know, the Plague Doctor is always good for anyone who has low plague resistance, which is fantastic. She is dead. He is dead, so we just have to worry about that thing. Let's heal you. That's a substantial heal. Very nice. He's fine. Maybe. No, he dodged it. Cool. Better. Alright, so then let us noxious blast this asshole. Blight is just,
Formation is
it's
broken.
such a good status effect.
Maintain the
Offensively,
offensive.
it's the best around. The best around. Nothing's gonna ever keep you down. Let's do this one because I think it has accuracy is 95, but damage mod is lower. This is higher damage, so let's just go for it.
Executed
Boom, he's
with
dead.
impunity.
Still in pretty good shape overall,
Success
health-wise.
so clearly
Got
in view.
a little bit more to go before our
Or
goodie
is it
bag.
merely a trick
We'll just
of
turn
the
around and head
light?
back. Still, best to have Buddy in front since he's the highwayman. They tend to be better about dealing with traps and various other things. Just need to make it to the next room and then we'll be in tip-top shape to get the hell out of here. Yeah, been focusing a lot on Dragon Ball FighterZ the past couple days and Monster Hunter World. I've never played a Monster Hunter game before this one, and I'm kind of glad that I waited because I've always had a desire to play it, but I've also, I mean, I've had a desire to play it, and people have often recommended it to me because they know what types of games that I like. Those being the character action games that tend to be a little more difficult and less approachable than the average person. But that being said, like, there was always something about Monster Hunter that was kind of inaccessible for one reason or another. Like, I guess there were other things. I think it came out on the PS2, and I had a PS2, but I don't think I was really aware of that game at the time. So it just kind of slipped through beneath my radar. I never really gave it the time of day that it deserved. And then, you know, after the PS2, I think that was kind of the last console version that came out until like the one that came out on the Wii. I didn't have a Wii, and I certainly wasn't about to buy the game for the Wii, or the Wii for the game rather. So it was definitely just one of those things where it's like, I'll get around to it eventually. I'll play it at some point or another. I just didn't really want to play like the handheld versions that they had.
Remind yourself that overconfidence
that just
is a slow and
didn't really appeal to me.
insidious
There were plenty of good handheld games out there, but nothing really that kind of made me want to spend time looking down at a little tiny screen. Like, I played a couple games on the DS and the PSP, and those were great, but it was definitely not my ideal sort of way of playing games. I always just prefer a console. I prefer my computer, sitting on the couch, sitting in a chair, looking at a screen directly in front of me as opposed to tilting my head down. Part of the reason why I don't really like phone games. I never had a game on my phone. Just when it comes to using my phone for anything, it's usually for audio purposes or whatever. I'm very old-fashioned in that regards, I guess. But yeah, just don't really want to spend all my time looking down at my phone or at my portable game, so I've never bothered to play Monster Hunter until this one, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. I think I can see a lot of the archaic designs from like the early 2000s that are still kind of permeating their way through that game structure and design, but there's a lot of things about it that's like, you know, if you just put some patience with it and understand that it's made with kind of this I'm trying to think of like the right word for, it's not like arbitrary and it's not archaic or something. It's kind of like in between. Can't really remember. It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyways, if you can put up with the various flaws of that game based around how it's designed with kind of an older style and an older mentality, and appreciate it for its kind of quirky Japanese design qualities, I think that you can have a lot of fun with it. Of course, I am also the antisocial type who likes to play games that are meant to be difficult with teams, by myself, so I've been playing that game solo so far, but there is a heavy multiplayer component to every Monster Hunter game before this one. And, you know, I've danced around with the idea, but so far I haven't dove in to really try this game's online too much. I've heard that its method of getting that set up and everything is just as confusing as the rest of the game, so that's probably a bit of a challenge for most people. But,
A singular strike.
okay, so that dude, whoa, that is some stack damage. Okay, so he's dead the next turn, more than likely anyway. Let's just try to heal our bros.
The flesh is knit.
Always good to de-stress a little bit. Okay. Good and dead. Take all. She's the one with the lowest amount of stress right now. Let's have her look at it. Okay. Purely decorative. Fantastic. Oh, it's complete 100% of room battles. So then we have one more room battle to go, because we haven't completed the mission yet. Good work, Doctor. We're almost out. What is this? Oh, cool. Let's eat some food so then we have more room for stuff, since we only have one more room to go here. It's a trap. Okay, nothing inside. It is somewhat of a pain in the ass when you go through and you have so much food left over for everybody, but it's way more of a pain in the ass when you don't have enough food for everybody, because then you are dealing with a lot of stress and significant hits to your character's health. So, calling the deep. Seaward slash. Yikes, that's a lot of damage, man. Okay. Let's try to stack the cards against that asshole. Harvest. Cause more bleed. 2 damage per round, 3 rounds, okay. Well, that's what you're here for.
The wounds of war
Just
can
keep
be
them in the green zone if we can.
but never hidden.
You guys are all doing buffs, but you can't really buff against blight, which is good. Which is why it's so damn useful. Okay, so he's dead next turn. Let's see if we can try to get through this battle without reaching a critical point for all of these guys. Let's just go for this again and see if we can cause bleed to enact. Yes, indeed. He's dead. He will have a significant chunk of health lost to him. I want to start causing some damage to this guy right away, so let's just light him up. Cool EO. Divine Grace once again. Ooh, critical heal. Even better. Back in business, baby. He is not blighted, so let's try to cause some sort of issue. Oh, he's taking the hits for him. That's what's happening. It's like, no wonder. Well, then he's dead. Okay, he's dead next time around. Goodbye. Nah, you're fine. Don't worry about it, buddy. Noxious Blast. Let's just get him blighted up as quickly as possible here. Bleed him out. Make him suffer. Heal our bro. And chunks of damage. A lot of bleed. So he's gonna take a hit here. Unless we do this. There we go. So what's this? He moves back 3. Increases his dodge. So he moves like all the way to the back of the pack, huh? Let's just do a straight stab. Should be enough, right? Divine Grace, we'll just keep healing you. Doesn't really matter. Advance. You are dead, buddy. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Seize this momentum.
Turn to the hamlet.
Push on to the task's end.
Woohoo! That went a lot better than last time, now that I knew how useful Blight would be.
If indeed there
Blight is
such a
definitely the
thing.
most useful thing that you could have going to the Cove. I will be sure to keep that in mind every time. I think that's pretty much like the most important thing, is just knowing what status effects you're going to have to deal with and which ones will be the most useful to you. 20% stress and ruins, obsessed with self-worship. Well, I don't use you for melee anyway, so that's fine. That was a good run. Went a lot better than I was expecting, considering that it took so long for me to get back to this game.
Put them to work.
Okay, so you leveled up while we were gone because of this whole thing. What's the new thing? Historically, seasonal laborers have been loath to make the journey along the old road, but harsh economic conditions have driven them to desperation. Free upgrade. Building ×1. Okay, so I can upgrade a building without having to pay for anything? Is that what you're telling me? Because if that's the case, that is what you're telling me. Huh, okay. What's the price normally is what I wish that I knew, but this might be the most useful. We'll see. Blacksmith. Got a fair amount of these crests, so we may be able to swap them around using this mechanic, which is really probably the best thing they introduced to this game. I don't know if I mentioned it already, but man, I'm super glad that they did this, because this eliminates at least 30% of the grind to this game. Let's just increase our roster. I mean, that's the main thing. This is probably like the furthest along in our tree as it is. Yeah, like, look at how many of those that we're going to need for the next one. So we've got 4 more slots available. We've got a grave robber. Got men-at-arms. Don't have a hounds guy anymore. I let him go because he was pissing me off. I guess the one girl that was off and disappeared came back, maybe? She must have. We didn't lose her. So let's see, grave robbers. They have... This one's another blight move, so also would be useful in that area. Yeah, they're kind of a mixture between the Plague Doctor and the Jester in certain ways, because they have a lot of the mobility moves and melee moves, but then they also have some status effect stuff. Do they have a mark ability? I don't think they do. Yeah, you know. Yeah, we'll take it. I don't know if we want another man-at-arms. We've got 2 already, right?
Like a dagger's point.
We might save those slots for some other heroes the next time around. I guess the kind of event guys show up here because last time it was a dude tied to the tree, so it was probably our abomination here. Okay, good thing to keep an eye on, I guess. Anything for this? Okay. We need scrolls for everything these days. Ooh, maybe I should have done this one. It's okay. Wow, that's expensive. Furnace. I'm not hurting for money right now. Let's change this out here. I want to get this. So let's take, oops. That's the wrong direction. I want to trade this for this. Yes. This for 3 of those. Okay. This is weird math, but I guess it makes sense. Man, if I didn't do it wrong the first time, right? Okay. And then we go down here. Trade that. There we go. Now we got enough.
A sharper sword,
I'm sure I lost a lot of resources in the process of doing that, but whatever. Now we can do that. Now we can upgrade our armor. We'll be good to go next time around. Slowly, surely, we will grind our way to success. Until then, that's all for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments. Leave a like. If you didn't, let me know in the comments. Leave a dislike. And of course, if you want to see more of this stuff, or if you want to I don't know, read something that I write, you can go to dagondogs.com. Movie reviews, game reviews, other things I feel like talking about. And check out Hounds of Innsmouth, the metal band that I sing in when my voice is not as soft and sultry playing Darkest Dungeon. It is high-pitched or growly and screamy into a microphone. So if you're into that, check it out. See you guys next time. Bye!